After 20 years of keeping it a secret, Billy Bob Thornton has finally shared the true reason behind his breakup with Angelina Jolie. A passionate romance that once left the world in awe and ended with deep regret. They were the couple no one thought would ever split, bound by an intense love displayed through quirky acts only they understood. However, just as their relationship reached its peak, it crumbled in an instant. Was it Hollywood's complicated lifestyle or profound differences between two souls that made it impossible for them to stay together? Let's dive into this emotional story right now. Billy Bob Thornton, a name known not only for his acting and screenwriting talent, but also for his unique lifestyle and complex soul. Born in a small town in Arkansas, Thornton grew up amid poverty and loneliness, factors that became deeply ingrained in his personality. He once described himself as a stranger in this world, a misfit who always felt he didn't truly belong anywhere. This sense of isolation partly drove him to develop a distinctive and edgy artistic style, a way to combat the feelings of abandonment and inner emptiness. Throughout his career, Thornton hasn't shied away from dark, complex roles, perhaps because he sees a reflection of himself in those wounded and deeply introspective characters. He once shared, "I live with anxiety and fear. Every day I face them and they eat away at me." Then, at a pivotal moment, he met Angelina Jolie, a star with magnetic allure and a bold, adventurous spirit. It was Jolie's fearless, free-spirited nature that captivated Thornton, a man irresistibly drawn to the ungraspable. Jolie swept him up like a whirlwind, pulling him into another world, one that was thrilling yet fraught with dangers for both of their hearts. The marriage of Billy Bob Thornton and Angelina Jolie began with a passion and intensity few could have anticipated. When Jolie met Thornton on the set of Pushing Tin, she was drawn not only to his talent, but also to his free-spirited and captivating personality. Their relationship ignited instantly, plunging them both into a whirlwind of emotions. Jolie, newly divorced from Johnny Lee Miller, and Thornton, engaged to Laura Dern, immersed themselves in the romance as if they were the only two people in the world. Just months later, they married in a quick secret ceremony in Las Vegas, shocking the media and fans alike. But their love wasn't just known for its intensity. It was also marked by unique and eccentric moments. Jolie and Thornton didn't hesitate to show their affection by wearing necklaces containing each other's blood. The image of the couple with tiny vials of blood around their necks, a way to keep a part of each other close, intrigued and fascinated the public. Jolie once shared that she felt completely whole, safe, warm, and loved when she was with Thornton. It was an unconventional love, so passionate that they even built a padded room where they could express their intense feelings freely. Thornton, known for his eccentric personality, often spoke unrestrainedly about their relationship. In one interview, he left audiences speechless by revealing they had even been intimate in their car on the way to a red carpet event. For Thornton and Jolie, love wasn't just an emotion. It was a fierce intersection of two rebellious souls, a connection that defied all social norms. However, differences in lifestyle and personality gradually began to shake the foundations of their relationship. Thornton was more introverted and preferred to stay out of the public eye, while Jolie was a strong woman deeply involved in global humanitarian work. He once said, "Her life is always tied to international causes, while I just want to stay put." This created a growing distance between them. Rumors about Thornton's relationship with a therapist pushed their relationship to the breaking point, leaving Jolie feeling disappointed and heartbroken. In 2003, after their split, Jolie shared with Vanity Fair that they had both changed so much that they no longer walked the same path. Thornton agreed, saying the breakup happened because they both realized they were no longer compatible. Though their romance lasted only a few years, Billy Bob Thornton and Angelina Jolie have maintained a good friendship, always speaking of each other with respect and affection. Thornton once said, "Jolie is a kind-hearted person and one of the most amazing women I've ever known." 2 decades have passed since Billy Bob Thornton and Angelina Jolie decided to go their separate ways, yet the true reason behind their breakup remains a fascinating mystery. With a love once described as wild and unlike anything else in the world, Thornton and Jolie became symbols of a relationship that defied all conventions and crossed every boundary. The image of them wearing necklaces with each other's blood, their affectionate words, and eccentric displays of love that once shocked the public only highlight the contrast with their sudden breakup. So, what really happened? After years of silence, Billy Bob Thornton has finally revealed the deepest reason behind his and Jolie's separation. Their story wasn't just a romantic love affair, but a clash between two opposing visions of life. From the moment she rose to fame, Jolie demonstrated herself to be an ambitious woman, constantly striving for greater causes beyond Hollywood. She wanted to become a human rights activist, a dedicated mother, and even a United Nations Goodwill ambassador. Jolie's life increasingly intertwined with trips to distant lands, facing issues of human rights, war, and poverty. Thornton, on the other hand, was someone who cherished a simpler, more private life, and even felt somewhat apprehensive about public attention. He once candidly admitted, "I'm the kind of person who just wants to live a normal life. I don't have the energy to chase after the big and noble causes she pursues." For Thornton, this difference wasn't just a matter of lifestyle, but a chasm that was difficult to bridge. While Jolie sought meaning in humanitarian projects, Thornton found himself feeling increasingly lost and unable to meet the expectations of his partner. Under the spotlight of Hollywood, not all love stories can withstand the test of time. Thornton once shared that life in the entertainment industry created invisible pressures, exacerbating the differences between them. The constant need to appear together at red carpet events, endure the scrutinizing gaze of the public and media, pushed their relationship into a state of tension. Thornton recalled, "Our life together became a cycle of rumors, image demands, and media control. It felt like every moment was under a microscope, being interpreted and judged. These moments made someone as private and reserved as Thornton feel overwhelming pressure." Meanwhile, Jolie, who was accustomed to the spotlight, wanted both of them to continue building their careers and personal images. This difference in how they adapted to fame created a clash between them, gradually eroding the foundation of their relationship. After many years, Thornton admitted that part of the reason for their breakup was that he felt not good enough for Jolie. As someone who had experienced life's hardships and struggled with self-esteem, Thornton faced many personal psychological issues, including self-doubt and the fear of abandonment. He felt the pressure of having to be the ideal husband, while Jolie increasingly became more prominent and successful. The sense that he couldn't live up to Jolie's expectations led him to withdraw and avoid confrontation. Thornton once shared with the media, "Jolie is such a perfect and strong woman. I began to feel like I couldn't be the one worthy to stand beside her, that I was just a burden." This was perhaps the deepest and most painful reason, as Thornton built an invisible wall, isolating himself from Jolie and her world. His personal insecurities made it impossible for him to overcome these feelings, and ultimately, he chose to end their relationship rather than face his own uncertainties. Although their love story ended with regret, both Jolie and Thornton understood that sometimes love isn't the answer to every problem. Their decision to part ways was a form of liberation, allowing each of them to follow their own path and find happiness in a way that felt right to them. Thornton admitted that breaking up with Jolie was one of the hardest decisions of his life, but it was also necessary for both of them to find peace. For Jolie, the breakup with Thornton opened up a new chapter, where she could fully dedicate herself to humanitarian work, care for her children, and pursue her larger life mission without being bound by anything. Meanwhile, Thornton continued to pursue his acting and music career in his own way, with a heart that had healed. Thornton once said, "Angelina and I didn't end because of a lack of love, but because we both knew there were bigger things we had to face. It was the hardest decision, but also the most authentic." The love between Billy Bob Thornton and Angelina Jolie was unlike any other in Hollywood. It was a love that defied norms, sought no approval from society, and was not influenced by external factors. Yet in the end, this so-called non-conformist love could not endure the differences and pressures of real life. After 20 years, both still speak of each other with gratitude and respect. Thornton refers to Jolie as one of the most wonderful women he has ever known, and Jolie has also shared that Thornton will always hold a special place in her heart.